I was told no millions of times before getting a phlebotomy job. Hello. So today I'm going to share how many times employers told me no before getting a phlebotomy job. I'm talking about when I applied for phlebotomy and also way before I even started my phlebotomy class. So you cannot give up every time you hear a no, okay? So after I got my license for phlebotomy, I started applying everywhere. And yeah, I would get to the point that they would call me, but as soon as they knew I had no experience, they were not interested. So they would not move on with the interview. And of course, that's a sad story, right? Like, it breaks your heart because you're like, yes, I did my hours. What do you mean I have no experience, right? But let me tell you why they don't hire it with no experience. First of all, a new phlebotomist, although it's very normal, they need a lot of training. And the reason why is because a new phlebotomist, it's very, no offense to anybody, but I was there too. A new phlebotomist is very insecure, okay? Because of course, phlebotomy is new to them and it is very scary to poke people. You need to overcome your fear. You need to be 100% confident, and that only happens over time when you adopt the habit of phlebotomy, as in like you do it automatically without feeling fear, without feeling bad. But let me tell you, if you're a new phlebotomist, all those feelings are very normal, okay? And do not lose hope. So phlebotomy is literally like learning how to drive. If you're already driving, do you guys remember how when you're actually driving for the first time, you pay attention to every little detail, right? You look at this, you look at that, and you're basically paying attention to everything, right? Until one day you just automatically drive without even thinking, right? I mean, now I sometimes, like, I don't know what I'm thinking, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I already got here. Like, I'm so automatic that I don't even realize I passed like 3 intersections. That's actually kind of scary, but it just had to happen before. And that's exactly how phlebotomy is, okay? I've been doing phlebotomy since 2017, and now it's so automatic, my friend, that I don't want you guys to lose hope, okay? It's all normal. If you're a new phlebotomist, it's all normal if you feel like this is a lot, okay? Yes, it is a lot, but you need to adopt the habit of phlebotomy. With that being said, you need to be patient with yourself. You need to know that all of your feelings are normal, all of them, okay? I was so afraid to poke babies. I would get like a panic attack, but a silent one, meaning that I would not make it obvious. But in reality, I was panicking, okay? And I would always pray and I would talk to myself confidently, and I would always like try to think positive, like pray, like literally pray, like, please God help me, please God help me get this draw, please God help me be successful with this draw. And I started doing that because I did miss a lot of draws. Not a lot, but I did miss. And when I would miss, when you're a new phlebotomist, you just feel so bad. Like, seriously, like you feel so bad. And let me tell you, I wish I could take that pain away. Like, I wish, but you're gonna feel bad, okay? You're gonna feel bad when you miss a vein. You feel like something's wrong with you. But let me tell you something, nothing is wrong with you, okay? Nothing is wrong with you. That's part of the phlebotomy journey, okay? That's why employers do not hire new people, because they need a lot of confidence, okay? You always trying to reaffirm with somebody else, like you want them to tell you, yeah, that's how you do it. And just know that you must be very brave. And I would say, if you can, hide your fear. Like, don't tell anybody, okay? Tell yourself that you got this, although you will feel fear, okay? But if you want to look like a pro, try to not show it off to anybody. Don't tell no coworkers. Don't tell anybody that you're feeling bad, okay? And let me tell you why. Because when you're a new phlebotomist, my mistake was that I would communicate that with my coworkers, and it would literally make me look bad, okay? Because that's what OG phlebotomists don't really like, and it becomes kind of annoying over time if you keep, complaining. But just know that you fear it's normal, okay? And when you miss a draw, although you will feel bad, I dare you to just stay quiet and pass it on, okay? The reason why I love phlebotomy, especially as a new student, or if you are new to phlebotomy, something that you must know that you don't really think about when you're new, is that every patient is a new start. Your next patient has no idea what happened in your past patient, okay? So every time you have a bad experience, well, let me tell you, that's a learning experience, because I feel like we learn a lot more from our mistakes than from what we do correct or good, okay? So even if you do a mistake, or even if you have a missed draw, that's gonna help you learn, and it's gonna help you become a better and successful phlebotomist. Another tip, if you are new, do not give up so easily. Like, seriously, do not give up so easily. What I mean is that if you insert the needle, okay, and the needle is in, you have the tourniquet on, everything well, and if you put the tube in and nothing comes out, do not give up easily, okay? Your solution is sometimes so simple. All you have to do is either insert the needle a little bit more inside or a little bit out, okay? Because if you feel a vein, and that's why you went for it, because you felt the vein, is because the vein is there. And my mistake as a new phlebotomist is that I would give up so easily. Like, let's say I put the tourniquet on, insert in the tube, and I'm like, oh no, it doesn't work, and then I will pull it out. Like, no, okay? Always try to be patient with yourself and don't give up so easily, okay? And then if you do that, you can even, oh my God, you're even gonna surprise yourself sometimes. Okay, let's say you're using a syringe though. I've had happen where I insert the needle. If you have a syringe, most likely you're using a butterfly. That's when you see the little flash. That's why people love butterflies. Well, if you have the syringe and the needle is in, the butterfly is in, and you don't see no flash, the same thing. Do not give up easily, okay? Don't pull it out and then, oh, there's nothing. No, okay? Before you do that, let's pretend this is a syringe. Okay, the needle is in, no flash, okay? What you want to do is pull, even if you don't see no flash, pull the syringe, and sometimes you will see the blood flowing. And I learned that the hard way, okay? Because I would go always by, okay, if I see a flash, then the needle is in, right? In the right place. Not necessarily. Oh my God. When I discovered that, I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, all these years, like literally I would always wait for the flash. And then, well, now I don't wait for the flash, okay? Before I pull out, before I give up, I pull the syringe, and you will be surprised that maybe that will be your solution, okay? It doesn't happen all the time, but it will happen, and you will be shocked, and you will look like a pro. When you don't think it's gonna work, just pull the syringe and you will get it. Let's go back to the video. Just because I know a lot of employers are looking for experience for that reason, but there will be a door open for you, okay? Because it happened to me. So do not lose hope. Before I even started to consider phlebotomy, I had to work selling paletas in the streets, okay? I had to sell paletas like ice cream in the streets because nobody would give me a job, okay? This happened back when I was 18 years old. I got a traffic ticket and I had to pay for it, okay? My mom said, I'm not gonna pay for it. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but you're gonna pay for it. And I don't blame her. That taught me a big lesson, okay? Everything happens for a reason, and that's why I'm here today. I just want to say that before phlebotomy, where I got that ticket, it was at a new town that I moved in when I was like in sophomore year. So I was 18 and I really wanted a job, okay, first of all. Um, but that time that I got my ticket is when I was going to college, so I did an illegal turn. I got caught and I had no choice then to find a job. So I applied everywhere, all food places, like fast food. I applied at stores. Okay, I applied everywhere in that town, and I'm seriously, like seriously, it took me a whole week. I was committed to apply. Nobody called me. I had no choice than to sell paletas in the streets. Okay, I was committed to pay for that ticket. You know, that's my mistake. I had to learn from it. And that was basically my first job. After that, I continued to apply places in my town, that town that I was living, and nobody gave me a job. Nobody, which is fine. You know, everything happens for a reason. So I went back home where I was born and raised. They have fields, okay? So you could pick strawberries, raspberries, apples, and I decided to work in La Mora, okay? So I was picking raspberries from, you know, the fields. I worked in the fields, okay? And I was born and raised in United States, okay? First generation. I know that that was clean money. I was proud of working in the fields. You know, I remember having a friend and I was like, oh my God, I love working here. You know, and she was like she was shocked. Like she couldn't believe that I actually enjoyed working in the fields, but I did. I work in the fields. I sell paletas in the street because those employers said no to me, but that did not stop me. Okay, that didn't stop me. When it came to actual phlebotomy, you guys, I had to apply so many times, so many places, and yes, a lot of phone calls. But as soon as they knew that I had no experience, they didn't want to move forward, which now I understand, because even if I did do my hours, when you're a new phlebotomist, you are so tender, like you're new, and it's totally normal, okay? Until I was committed to work where I did my hours, okay? So I used to work at this factory for 3 years. After working in the fields, I got a job at Burger King, and I worked there for about a year, and then I found this other place. It was a factory, assembling line. So I worked there, and then right next to that factory, you guys, it was my dream hospital job, which was where I did my externship. It's crazy. It's crazy. So for those 3 years, I would always picture in my mind that instead of making a right, I was going to make a left, because the hospital was, you know, on my left. But for those 3 years, I would make a right. So there I was. I did my school during those 3 years for phlebotomy. And seriously, like, there was ladies that would make fun of me because it took me, you know, my time to finish my phlebotomy school, because I did it through a community college. So you have to do it through semesters, okay? If you have cash, you could do it way faster, okay? There's some schools that you could get it done, I want to say within a month, but you have to pay out of pocket, and you just have to make sure they provide an externship, because that's the requirement for your license, okay? So not all schools are created equally, okay? The one that I went to was a community college, so they did require for me to do my externship, which is part of the process of getting your license. So in order to get your license, you need an externship, okay? Especially in California. I'm speaking for California specifically. So then for 3 years, I was dreaming to work at this dream hospital place, and it came true. One day it came true. But during that time, working those 3 years, I was focusing also on other things that I loved, or other jobs that I really want to work. I knew phlebotomy was going to be for me. I just detached from the outcome. I was like, okay, I know this is going to happen. So I just kept an eye on the openings at that hospital, so I would always check until they were hiring for phlebotomy. It took a long time for them to actually hire a phlebotomist, but I started applying. I applied at this other dream job. I call it dream job because it was one of my dream jobs, which was to work at a bank. So during that time, I already knew I was going to be a phlebotomist. I had no doubt. I knew that perfect timing comes when God wants, when it wants to happen. So I completely detached, but I didn't let go of my dream. Okay. During that time, I applied at this dream bank and I got hired, and it took a long time too, because when you work at a bank or even a phlebotomy job, like good jobs, they take a long time because they need to do background check, they need to check they need to scan, they need to do a lot of things. So it's a big long time waiting. It's a big process, but it is possible. I don't know, you guys. I hope this video is helpful. I just wanted to share that even if they tell you no a bunch of times, you should know and learn from my experience that you cannot detach from your dream. But at the same time, while you're waiting for your dream to come true, focus on other things that make you happy. Because I feel like when you're obsessed over something, sometimes you get disappointed when it does not happen, right? But I would say focus on something that is keeping you happy, entertained, and then when you least suspect it, you will get called. Okay, so if you guys are interested, I'm gonna go ahead and link below on the description box my video how I got my first phlebotomy hospital job. Okay, if you guys are interested, I'll give you guys more details, and hopefully if you're a student, you still have a chance to do it my way. Of course, there's different ways of doing it, but I'm just sharing in that video how I believe I got my first hospital job, and I hope it helps you guys. And with that being said, I hope to see you soon. Click on this video if you want to see how I got my first phlebotomy job. No experience after so many no's. A lot of people said no to me, but watch this video. I hope it helps you get a phlebotomy job, okay? With no experience, okay? That's how I did it. Might work for you.